Cek sound. Oh guys, kembali lagi di Transcript Indonesia. Dan gila, kita tiba-tiba suddenly gak ada angin, gak ada hujan, gak ada tanda-tanda weton, tiba-tiba Unreal Engine ya ngumumin tech demo dia versi 5,6 ya. Tapi bukan itu. Inti. The intention is not that. Intention apa? The point ya kalau inti. Jadi intinya ada sesuatu hal yang ditunjukkan di sini. Dia bekerja sama dengan The Witcher 4 ya. Jadi Unreal Engine itu ada Witcher 4 di situ yang udah pakai Unreal Engine 5,6. Jadi selama ini teaser dari Witcher 4 ternyata bukan pre-render footage ya, tapi Unreal Engine real time footage. Gila, grafiknya udah kayak begini. Kita akan lihat bareng guys. Oke, kita tonton. Ada yang gua tonton versi IGN. Karena di endingnya ada sekitar 2 menit dia ngasih tahu juga Unreal Engine yang baru itu apa aja kelebihannya. Oke lah. Oh.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4.
Dan dikit.
What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing.
Standar PS5.
So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri,
60 FPS, ray tracing. Bener
The
deh.
Witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin.
Oh.
The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in the game.
Bener
Right
nih.
now, Ciri is investigating the monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village.
Oh, grafiknya sih dia sih.
Alright everyone, meet Kelpie.
Hah?
Let weeds be
What is it?
weeds, Kelpie.
Sininya
So
udah
just like
dibikin
Geralt had wrote,
lurus.
Ciri has her own loyal companion.
Setelah banyak yang protes, mukanya gemukan,
We return to
dibikin
town.
lurus lagi sininya.
Had it with trying to organize all my tasks, duties, and documents
Premium
in
lah,
different apps.
YouTuber. Masa YouTuber gak premium sih maksud gua?
These two characters feel like one, since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding these to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Gila
Yeah,
itu.
and to support that, we're introducing
Okay.
multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any angle and speed. And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie.
Oke,
so
gerakannya iya
controlling
sih.
her feels realistic
Gerakannya secara
and grounded.
animasi lebih fluid banget sih, ini jujur aja.
And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these
Okay.
machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without
Lihat tuh
compromising
masal lagi, sama
performance.
bulunya sih gila cuy. Gue ngeliatnya udah kayak bulu sih. Oh, masalnya juga, otot-ototnya.
So
Okay.
let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic.
Oh iya, tapi ada lag ya kalau misalnya
dense forest,
kayak gini pasti ada
wild
lag-lag dikit nih.
Yeah, and
Bener
wild
nih.
nature is hard.
Ini mulus
And
banget
with
nih.
Nanite geometry, we freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce Nanite foliage.
Apa foliage?
And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still
Okay.
being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years,
Oke.
artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage,
Nanite
modeling every single
foliage.
leaf and pine needle. And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric,
Jadi
it's
aslinya
fully
kotak-kotak
3D,
gitu.
it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
Oh, jadi dari jauh tuh
and no
tampilan
compromise
kotak-kotak
means
gitu, toh
how
nggak
ambitious
kelihatan
we
katanya.
are when it comes to
Jadi cepet.
bringing our vision to life.
Pas deket
with
baru udah
incredible
on
visuals.
detail
But
katanya.
more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world.
Oh gila
We can
sih,
now
cuy.
bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we
Wah,
fly
cuy.
down to catch up with Ciri.
Gila. Bener nih di PS5 60 FPS. Witcher 4 gue sih tagih gitu kan.
Welcome to Valdrest. So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade, and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract.
Wow.
High-tech, let's leave Kalpi here and explore the marketplace and food.
Oke.
And the missus?
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdrest has to offer.
Ntar nih. Witcher 3 juga kayak gini nih. Pas di Novigrad dulu. Rame pas game keluar sepi. Kayak kuburan Novigrad nih. Itu juga apa? Cyberpunk. Trailernya kayak begini nih. Pas keluar opo. Tapi gila sih.
Guys, notice
Bisa
how
nabrak orang
responsive
jatuh
the world
apelnya.
is. Character actions directly affect what happens around you.
Oh, terus ada
Sometimes
follow
even
up
setting
deh.
off chain reaction.
Dipungut, chain
Everything
reaction.
is working together.
Bener gak? Gue skeptis gitu gara-gara Witcher 3 mah.
Oh, look at this poor gentleman
Oh, pengemis.
being
Oh,
taught
ini
how
siapa
to
tuh?
fly by an angry innkeeper.
Kayak si Dadu.
That's what happens when you cheat at Gwen.
Ih, kamu main slot gitu ya? Oh, gak bener. Oh, tadi ada orang dilempar gara-gara kalah curang main Gwen. Oh, masih ada Gwen berarti. Yes! Yes! Kontrol pincang.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series quest his own.
Itu
Like you
ngapain?
probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
Oke.
Your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
Oke.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Witcheress. One using my wagons. No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them,
Cuy.
and, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you.
As for the salt,
Found not one speck.
Ini kalau
I presume this comes as no
kalau
surprise.
bener kayak gini grafiknya sih, wah.
Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush, shush, shush.
The manticore that flattened your cart and devoured your men? Quite the opposite.
Manticore. No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton. Not here.
While Ciri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morn and catch fishes. Won't find none fresher.
Reckon the lady's after one of them.
Comes. Get this clean, we've got it for you. You mind, dearest? Interesting, something more. Got mackerel, cod, all Braxton's finest.
Lagi jualan ikan ya.
And there is tons of tech at play here, even in a simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal smart objects, chaos cloth, and more.
Yeah,
Bener
and
nih.
all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Ciri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Sweetest.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
Oh, jadi aja gitu
But
guys,
the prisoner
aja.
in Pillar isn't exciting enough
Beli
for
kasih
Valkyries.
kasih itu. Oh, terus
Let's
ada
grab
yang
everyone's
kadang-kadang
attention with the circus.
main band. Ya asal bener aja kalau gue kan.
But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business.
300
And the whole
orang
point is
dengan
to leave
animating
breathing room for
skeleton dengan
developers like you to
Oke.
introduce
Oh
the
iya, di atas
gameplay
tuh
and the
guys.
systems that your
Di kanan
players
atas.
expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. That's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Ciri?
Balik lagi ke Siri.
We are making this game to be the most immersive and
Wah, bisa
ambitious
naik
open
perahu,
world Witcher
oke.
game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
We are too.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at lanskap.
Wah,
Onward,
kawan lama.
we've worked.
Gryffindor. Gryffindor. Tapi bener gak? Gue sih.
Seriously, it looks amazing. And we've also barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.6. So, here's Julien to tell you even more. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Wah, gila sih. Nggak, kalau emang itu semua tadi yang di-show bener, grafiknya, terus animasinya katanya bisa sampai 300 karakter sekaligus, jadi lu bisa ya 300 animasi orang alias NPC secara bersamaan. Terus tadi bener-bener interaksinya, beli ikan segala macam, terus ada yang buah jatuh dipungut.
Great to be here in Orlando. I spent a lot of time on this demo, so I'm happy to be the one to talk about what went into the 5.6 release. An open world like that was just the perfect content to focus on our main goal for the release, which was performance. We want the engine to scale to large and rich worlds. We want to preserve graphics quality. And of course, we want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect. Okay. So let's check it out, starting with rendering. If you all remember, when we released Nanite with UE5, it supported static geometry. Last year, we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one is to use 3D geometry for all parts of the trees, just like we do for everything else. However, this is a crazy amount of fine geometry, so we had to rethink how trees are created and displayed. To create them, we developed Nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the
Oke, nih berarti udah sistematikal lah ya saya buat Unreal Engine-nya ya. Tadi yang gue pahamin sih, ini gue skip nih. Jadi ya kalau dia tekniknya lebih ke foliage sih. Jadi alias tumbuhan-tumbuhan. Tuh. Jadi kan biasanya dia triangle, tapi apa polygonnya, tapi pas lagi itu dia pakai kotak. Kalau jauh apalagi kotak doang. Dan low poly gitu kan ibaratnya pas jauh.
We focus on a lot of areas for performance in 5.6, and mobile is no exception.
Taruh nih.
We work on better defaults and scalability settings for mobile
factor. Oh, mobile juga.
A mobile preview solution.
Oke, gue nggak begitu ngerti Unreal Engine lah ya. Tapi maksud gue, itu tadi kotak yang itu kan yang pernah jadi ininya PS5 di awal-awal. Apa tuh jadi tes PS5 yang The Matrix itu kan? Yang dimana pada saat itu FPS-nya sih masih drop banget. Tadi kayaknya udah 60. Apakah itu masih di PS5? Atau enggak? Gue gak tahu. Tapi gila. Oke, langsung aja kesimpulannya kalau gue ya. 1, 2, 3. Bener gak? Unreal Engine-nya gue percaya sih. Maksud gue kan. Cuman kita ya CD Projekt Red ini gini guys. Game-nya bagus-bagus. Jujur ya. Lo yang belum main Cyberpunk, gue main Cyberpunk itu pas justru dia lagi banyak kontroversi, di mana gue main di versi PS5 aja sering keluar ke menu utama itu ke blue screen terus keluar ke menu utama itu 1000 triliun kali di versi PS5. Di versi PS4 mau meleduk PS4 pada saat itu. Terus gue mundur lagi main The Witcher 3. Oh, jangan ngomong. PS4 juga hampir meleduk pada saat itu pas awal-awal keluar. Kayak berat banget tuh game. Karena di patch baru tuh game jadi bisa main. Dan juga khusus untuk trailernya, kalau teman-teman ingat, dulu pertama kali keluar trailer Witcher 3, grafiknya kayaknya udah grafiknya PS 7,8 kayak. Udah gitu, idenya bagus banget kan, apanya kotaknya, Novigradnya rame, pas keluar sepi, kering. Apalagi ada versi PS4, ya Allah kayak gak ada orang Novigradnya, sebiji 2 biji. Cyberpunk pas lagi di trailer, wow rame, terus interaksi orangnya gila, NPC-nya pas keluar, kering. Jadi harapan gue sih ya semoga Witcher 4 ini kayak tadi lah. Orangnya rame, karena kan dibilang Unreal Engine ini kan tadi ya mampu gitu untuk bisa rendering NPC rame sambil ada animasinya 300 secara langsung, tadinya dia bisa. Kalau sebelumnya kan CD Projekt Red tuh pakai engine sendiri kan setahu gue kan. Ya mungkin engine-nya berat gitu bagaimana. Tapi gue nggak tahu lah ya. Ya harapan gue sih semoga ya itu sih simple banget. Semoga sesuai dengan apa yang ditunjukkan di sini. Tapi lagi-lagi guys, melihat ini gue wow, kedepannya dunia game kayaknya sangat bagus. RPG grafiknya kayak gitu sih gue udah gitu tahun depan dimana kita menikmati GTA 6 ya grafiknya juga kayak gitu dari trailernya. Wow udah sih gila sih. Aduh.
Tapi bang, kenapa bang ya kok GTA 6 dia cuma mampu 30 fps?
Ingat semakin dia banyak yang terjadi karena dia open world, semakin berat prosesnya guys. Jadi proses di game itu nggak cuma hal grafis. Kalau kita udah bicara engine yang bikin berat itu, grafik udah pasti bikin berat. Tapi apapun yang terjadi kayak misalnya mobil jalan, terus berapa banyak mobil yang harus di loading, di render, yang ada di kotanya itu kalau berat ya. Gampangnya gini aja, kalau teman-teman main misalnya di PC kentang, misalnya main GTA 5, kan ada settingan di mana settingannya itu mau mobil-mobilnya itu banyak apa enggak. Kalau mobilnya banyak, FPS-nya turun. Kalau mobilnya dikit di kotaknya, FPS-nya bisa naik gitu. Jadi itu ngaruh banget. Oke guys, itu dia Unreal Engine 5.6 tech demo dengan Witcher 4. Gua sih cuma doa ya semoga bener kayak gini pas keluar. Kalau bener, cium Siri di covernya gitu. Aneh tapi ya gimana ya maksudnya kan. Karena akhirnya di patch ini ada kemarin kata-kata juga yang kata jadi gini kan, pas keluar kan agak gemuk Sirinya tuh kayak para protes kan. Terus ada juga yang biarin aja kayak ngapain sih diprotes, tapi ternyata pas diprotes balik iya bagus. Karena mohon maaf cuy, CD Projekt Red itu dari mulai Witcher 3 terus Cyberpunk cewek cakep-cakep cuy. Cyberpunk kan ceweknya gitu bagus ya, di patch jadi jadi bagus. Thank you guys, sampai jumpa lagi di video Terasa Game Indonesia yang berikutnya. Saya mau bobo dulu, lagi panas dalam pak.